Welcome to No Limit Nerd. I designed a pencil with muscles, 3D printed it, and very quickly realised this build was going to be more work than I expected. I started the build in Blender with a very important question. What if the pencil spent way too much time in the gym? So I gave it a chunky pencil body, angry face, some teeth, some completely unnecessary muscly arms, and it didn't turn out too bad. It then went into the slicer, and looking back, I probably should have cut some of these parts in half because I wouldn't need so many supports and it wouldn't give me such a headache later on. Once everything was printed in PLA, I finally had the parts in front of me. The main body didn't come out too bad. I was quite impressed by it. The only problem is the teeth and the arms actually came out pretty well, and the whole thing had a real weird energy I was hoping for. But this is always dangerous state of the build because from a distance it looks good, and then you get closer and start noticing every print line, every rough edge, and every tiny issue waiting to annoy you. So before doing anything permanent, I decided to test fit the parts together, and it behaved quite well. The arm clicked into place, the little pin worked, and it wasn't looking too bad, for the first arm at least. Because when it came to fitting the second arm, well, it didn't quite fit. And I wondered why. And then I realised, the print hadn't quite gone to plan. So using my trusted file, sanded it down, and hey presto, it worked. It fitted. With the body fitment complete, next came the sanding stage, which is never exciting, but in the case of 3D printing is nearly always necessary. I wanted to get rid of as many print lines as I could, but the bigger problem was where those tree supports had attached. Some of them came off nicely, the others did not. So I spent a while cleaning up the rough patches, smoothing surfaces, and trying to make it look less like it had just survived a fight with the printer. And after a while of sanding, it wasn't looking too bad. Most of the print lines had gone, and it was time to move on. Move on to the mouth, which was definitely the roughest part. The teeth in the mouth area didn't come as clean as I wanted, and because the face is doing a lot of the work on this character, I didn't want to leave it looking wonky. So out came the Milliput, which is definitely a workout for your fingers, having to mold that back and forth to make it the right consistency. And then it was on to trying to fix this face, rebuild the tiny little mouth area, fix the teeth, and then sharpen the expression a little bit more. At this stage it was looking worse than it did before, but you kind of have to trust the process and just keep on going, fiddling here, fiddling there, getting your knife out, giving it a bit of a wiggle. You know, that sort of thing. I then applied way too much glue to the arms before attaching it into place, and with that drip, gave myself so much more work to clean up later. With the arms being separate prints, the joins were really obvious. So I went back in with more Milliput and filled the seams around the joins, blended everything together. And this, doesn't look very dramatic on camera, but it makes a huge difference in the final result. It stops the arms looking like they've just been stuck on and makes the whole character feel much more complete. Then it was time for the hands. I'd printed these separately because I was originally going to make them out of Milliput, but I tried and failed. So I reverted back to 3D printing these, glued them, attached them carefully because if the angle's off even slightly, the whole pose would look a little weird. So check the alignment, adjusted them where needed, and made sure the pencil looked properly ready for action. After a quick spray with primer, our muscly pencil was finally time for paint, which is always the stage where a build either comes to life or exposes every mistake you thought you'd hidden. And this is always my favourite part. After all the sanding, fixing and gluing, you finally get to see the weird idea actually come to life. He was weird, full of muscles, and ready to powerlift his way through any job you threw at him. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know I did. Let me know what you think in the comments and leave any ideas you have for more weird characters. And if you'd like to help me out with the least amount of effort, hit the like and subscribe button. See you next time on No Limit Nerd.